Birmingham LGBT is a third sector organisation providing services to the lesbian, gay, bisexual and trans community in Birmingham and the wider West Midlands. We deliver a range of services from the LGBT centre. So we're based in the city centre, and ordinarily we would be open 80 hours a week. That's slightly different at the moment. So we offer a range of services, including sexual health promotion services, which includes point of care testing, HIV, rapid testing, clinical services, pop-up clinics in bars, there's a PrEP clinic, we have a confidential clinic for people involved in chemsex. We have 2 BAME workers as part of that service, a trans worker and a lesbian and bi women's worker. And ordinarily we would have 2 NHS clinics running a week, plus 1 trans clinic once a month, and the rest of the time the staff can do assisted self-sampling and point of care testing. Other services include older people's work. We're part of Aging Better Birmingham, so we have a number of projects as part of that at the moment. One is the LGBT Hub, which aims to set up networks and support groups for older people who are isolated with access to funding so they can put on social activities. We have a domestic abuse service, so we have 2 part-time specialist LGBT IDVs, or independent domestic violence advocates, services for Birmingham and Solihull only due to demand, and we have a part-time group worker currently funded by Comic Relief to develop the first lesbian, bi and trans women's group work programme. We have a counselling service, so we offer LGBT affirmative counselling, and we currently offer up to 16 sessions of free client-centred counselling. We also have what we call a trans inclusion project. So as part of the trans inclusion project, we have a full-time trans wellbeing support worker. We have 24 hours a week of counselling for trans people. We also run a trans youth group which covers the West Midlands. And then alongside that, we have a volunteer and peer mentoring programme. Currently have volunteers offering peer mentoring, but also phone befriending for people isolated during the pandemic. And we also offer a sort of arts activities and events offer, which includes Shout, which is Birmingham's Festival of Queer Culture. Currently, just to let you know the current situation, we did lock down originally, but we reopened at the end of September. So we're currently open 3 days a week, which isn't the 80 hours we were open prior to the pandemic. We're open 3 days a week for face-to-face services only, and that's for counselling, domestic abuse support and HIV, point of care testing and assisted self-sampling. And this is really aimed at people who couldn't access services digitally or on the phone. So the majority of us are still working at home. Frontline staff are working in bubbles 1 day a week, delivering some frontline services. And we also have some current support that we can make available to refugee and asylum seekers to get them online, so to deal with digital exclusion. So we're able to provide data packages and netbooks for people who may be excluded from accessing services due to the pandemic. We're still doing a quiz fortnightly. We still do a coffee morning chat. We set up a women's forum and they meet once a month on Zoom. Our trans worker has set up a trans support group and they meet once a month on Zoom. So all our youth group has moved on to a platform called Discord. I'm not down with the kids enough to have heard of it, but that was what that's what the young people wanted. And we are giving hampers to isolated LGBT people who are living on their own in Birmingham and Solihull, and we're having a Zoom social on Christmas Day, which of course the benefit of digital is people wider than the West Midlands can access. So we want to get the message out to people in the community that they don't have to be on their own at Christmas Day. They can contact us and join our social if they want to do that. We're funded for Birmingham and Solihull. However, people travel for culturally competent services, so we don't turn people away as long as they can get to us. Well, people can access in a variety of ways. So they can email us on hello@Birmingham LGBT, or they can check out the website, which is www.blgbt.org. Or they can phone us on 0121 643 0821. We also have Twitter and Facebook, so it's at Birmingham LGBT on Twitter, Birmingham LGBT for the Facebook page, so they can send a message via social media and somebody will get back to them, somebody will respond and take a number and contact them.